and I wonder where you been. Are you out there being lonely? Or is someone calling you a friend? You know, I don't know. I love that tune. I love that tune. What's up? Y'all, I just had the best experience. But I don't know if it's for everybody. I see why the sound quality guys run their stuff at phone. Y'all know I've been showing y'all different things you can do at phone. Man, I put them solo X's on a phone low. It's not as loud as the one on. But you talked about catching every single note. It sounds so much better. But it's not that loud outside the truck. Straight up. Straight up. Oh, good. I can look forward to working with you too. What's up, Pete? What's up, Vincent? What's up, MB? What's up, Anthony Graphic? Rammy the GOAT. Greetings. Is you Rammy? Is you the muscle builder Rammy? I want to know. Hold on, man. Let me look at this right here. Hey, is you Rammy? I want to know if you Rammy. I want to know if you Rammy. Won 2024 Mr. Olympia. I don't know if that's you. You Rammy? That'd be amazing if you in this feed. That would be amazing. That would be tripping me. That would trip me out to no end. If there's an IFBB Mr. Olympia inside my feed, I would be tripping out. I didn't know you like music. But let me know if that's you, man. Or you just like the name. Or you from me? Because I think Rammy's Egyptian, ain't he? The first Egyptian ever to win Mr. Olympia. What's up, Team MBE? What's up, Tram? Hey, man, you need to fix that, Roy. Hey, what's a tram? What you doing, man? I thought you were with the team, Charlotte. What's happening, man? Tram, what you doing, Charlotte? What's up, man? That's how they be getting mad on. That ain't you, Rammy? Okay, here we go. We got our first question. Both in a 1.5 Q box tuned to 30 hertz. What do you think about 2 DD S6L10 or 2 kicker solo Barrick 8s? Both in a 1Q box. Do I want to deal with the solo Barrick 8s or the SL16? You ask what I think. What would I do? I'm gonna go with the full size driver. I'm going with the solar Barrick 8s. But then you said 1.5 cubes, so I know shit. Who gonna sound the best? He gonna pull all the high notes. I like hip hop and R&B. And at 1.5, he gonna have the soft suspension. Boy, that is quality right there, boy. You came up with something then, didn't you? Okay, for listening purposes, I'm gonna have to go with the DD SL16. If the box is big, I would go with the solar Barracks. But you said 1.5 cubes, that's 0.75 per. Yeah, I think for hip hop and R&B, I'm gonna go with the DD-SL16. I personally for sound quality, but I personally believe the solar Barracks gonna get louder. That's just my thoughts. Looking at it, I would love to try to see. You know. Oh, okay. Had to bump my Q press up to 3 dB with the jumper to keep up with the solos. Man, I put my solos on a 4-ohm load. Oh man, I got a D1 set. I put them in 4-ohm. Inside, and that's why I say I'm still learning. Inside that cabin, you'll swear everybody in the world is hearing what you hearing, and you hearing music with such a fullness and depth to it. You can't. It's hard to believe step outside the vehicle, you ain't gonna hear that much because it struggled to do a 135. But inside that cabin, it forms. Oh my God, boy! You talking about? That's what I'm gonna ride around. Unless I'm meeting somebody to pick something up, and they might get a demo. Cause I did it down, so I got positive and negative, 2 sets going to the box because there's a terminal on each side of the port. And I put the jumper I took the negative and positive of each one right before it goes to the amp and twist them together. So I can easily take it back to one on just by lifting the seat back up, untwisting, putting the Allen wrench in there, and boom, there it is. Now everybody here. I wonder why is that? I think it's because in phones, I'm rising, but I'm getting so much control over the subwoofer that the music is all around impactful. So it's perceived louder than what it actually is. Because it wasn't that loud outside the vehicle. But inside, I'm riding like that. I don't see myself changing. Because I see why they do that. I don't really care if nobody, not at this point. Not at this point in my life. At this point. I already been there, done that. Now, because of you said salads, would the two TW3 or the DD work better than 1.5 for lows? I will go with the DD16 over that TW3. J Audio's idea of lows, in mine, vastly different. They do sound good, but I'm gonna go with the 16. Gonna play a little lower, better. And then if you really want to go there, go get that wave tech. That's gonna shock the mess out of you too. Your opinion on best sounding 15 for 1500 watts? I'll be lying. I don't review 15. I'll be lying. You just want me to talk outside of my neck. Ain't got no thought on that. Can't answer that question for you, brother. Any word yet from Kicker with the Solo X are going to be available again August, middle part of August. We got another month. And this time they're never going to go on back order again. Pretty sure of that. August, on around the middle of August, you'll be able to buy the wonderful Solo X that can fit on the seat of a truck and give you outstanding performance, whether you're going to listen to it at 4-on load, 2-on load, or 1-on load. I showed you 1-on. They go to 142.6 inside my vehicle. Possibly more, I don't know. In my vehicle, I've seen people do 145s with them, 144. I've seen Alex do 142 inside his vehicle. Outstanding driver. Outstanding driver. Oh, my battery's running low. Oh, hold on, y'all. I got to plug the battery in. Hold on. Fortunately, I have it right here. Man, what I heard on that amp, that M4000, 5000 at 4-ohm, God, what I heard, I don't care if everybody in here. It's incredible in there. It is beyond belief running 4-ohm. It's incredible in there, man. God, it sounds. Woo, boy. I'm talking about sound quality. Okay. What's this? Most of the time you can turn them down. They just sound so good on any music. You gotta hear what I'm doing. You gotta hear this thing at 4-ohm. Got to hear this thing at 4-ohm. I think I might start people giving demos 4-ohm and then uplift the seat. Let me hear the sound quality difference. It is every subwoofer likes to play it 4-ohm. I see why I kick it on it for a while. They only need amps to play it too, and they still want you to predominantly run the amps to 2-ohm. They do. They really want you to run the amps to 2-ohm. They're gearing everything for that, except for the Warhorse. Because with the overall sound quality, is the goal is ask yourself, is the goal for your system is to enjoy your music, or you just have to say everybody? I mean, I don't know. I'm getting older now. I'm getting a little older now. Man, what I heard was whoo, boy, it sounds great. It sounds great. Let's talk about something else though. Let's go. Let's go with it. MBE, I have a 22 GMC Sierra with 2 DD25 weight. You recommend upgrading? You recommend upgrading alternative or buying? You got a 2022 or buying it better? Buying it better? Basically, the power of those 8s. Do I recommend upgrading alternative? Yeah. Yeah, you know that. Or buying better with Big 3 and power those 8. You're buying a battery. You should always improve your battery, cheapest way to improve your electric. But I don't know what amp you're running, so it's hard for me to decide. Most of them GMC trucks come in with 190 or 220s, so you stay around 2,500 watts, you'll be fine with a good battery. But do I recommend Big 3, upgrading your alternator, the biggest battery you can get to power to any audio system? That goes without saying. What's up, MB? What's up, T Brew? What do you think about Ford DD 1506 on an M2C? I ain't had much experience M2C. I don't think I came when it came. Ford F-154 door. Do I need a seat lift to run that setup in 2013 Larry? You do not need a seat lift to run that setup in the box for me. I believe it's going to sound phenomenally well. Good combo. Would 2 WaveTech 10s be louder as far as SPL than those SCL? Sorry for all the questions. I just want to put in and not do them. Neither one of them setups to do. Whether you go with the DDSL 610, the Solarberg 8, or the WaveTech 10. It's just based on the performance. Without the WaveTech 10s to be louder. Sound very good too. Very, very well. But none of those choices you picked are doo-doo. No matter what you decide to go with, neither none of those choices in my mind are doo-doo. Whether you go with the Solo or the WaveTech or the DD. Are you still testing the airport 8-inch box? No. I know in my vehicle, side port does not do that well. Port facing up does the best. However, someone pointed out to me, this Fred, pointed out, hey man, why don't you try a slot port and start trying the aerial, particularly with the kickers. Now, mind you, to get a king title, 140 is the goal. But 135, they hit it for the seat. It's doing a 135. It was doing, I got up to 138 dB. And I had moved it close and far. And then I got tired of messing with it. That's why I don't recommend the meter. But you know, because of who I am and what I have done in this arena with 8s, I can't get caught with my pants down. I can't. So I gotta have a stick on deck at any time. So even though I'm thinking as much as I like how it sounded phone, I think me and Fred trying to work a way where I can keep it switched, where I can go phone to one on me wheel, because I got D1 set. Because it sounds bad. But anyway, I can't get caught my pants. I gotta have a stick on deck. I gotta be MBE. Kinda hate that. Kinda hate that part. Cause I like listening to my music. And if I'm knowing I'm playing the one on and it sounds better at phone, even though it's not as loud as one on, but it sounds, can't wait to get in and ride. I think the only time I'm gonna switch is when I think about having to do a demo for somebody. But if I demo them inside the vehicle, but see, people, it sounds good inside the vehicle, but I'm MBE. They gotta feel me. They gotta feel me. So I gotta throw more power to it. I'm at 4, I'm probably rising to 6, 5, something like that. At least 5. I think at least 6. No, at least 5. But the control that the amplifier has over the sub, it sounds heavenly in there. I'm serious. In that cabin, that's all I can tell y'all. Try it. If you got a 2D4, you wire down to one on, wire up in series, come back down to parallel. With D4 set, run your amp phone, tell me what you hear. I promise you, anybody that tries this, I promise you, you're gonna come back to MB. You right, this best sounds crazy. It's going to sound. I'm gonna make a own standalone video on that. How y'all like my QES video? I'm gonna start explaining these parameters to them. To those of the people who like to listen to their music, don't wire down to one on. Even if I sold you a setup that runs wires on the one on, take the cells out the box. You got D1 wired in series again. You got two. If you got a D4 set, wired in series, come back down to parallel. Whatever amp I done sold you, whatever amp you have, run your setup just once. Listen to it in phones, and I promise you, you'll be an MBE adherent for life because you're going to say, man, I did not know it can sound like this. I don't even care if nobody else hear me down the street. This, I promise you, especially if you got a M2500, Kicker 3000 for me. Well, I don't care whatever amps, DC audio 20.5K, G7 2500, run that amp at form on your 2.8s and get back in. I promise you, I'm going to be like, man, I can't believe this. You're not going to be loud down the street, but in that cabin, especially if you got my box, it going to rock. You're going to be looking at people wondering why they ain't, because they ain't hear what you hear, but you in burst. You are going to be immersed in your music, man. You didn't hear nothing, did you, baby? You didn't hear nothing.
What?
I'll turn that. You didn't really feel it?
No, I didn't hear that. I heard the truck.
You heard the truck, but you didn't hear the music.
I did.
I put the. I want to let you listen to it.
I did.
No, you heard the truck. You hear the beat though. You heard a little bit of the beat, but you heard a little bit of it. How much did you hear? Is it like normally when I turn it on, come in and say, "You hear that?" You be talking about, yeah, you shaking the house.
Okay.
It wasn't shaking the house.
And you asked me that from
based on what you heard before.
Not paying attention. I ain't paying attention, and it got my attention.
When I be having it.
Yeah, when they sound.
Right. Okay, this didn't get your attention.
I was reading.
But don't you be read before?
I was reading, and all I was doing is reading and remember. I'm hearing the truck, but I didn't hear the
music.
I didn't hear no music.
But normally when I messed around, that's what I'm trying to tell them. Mm-hmm. I wired it for on, baby. So because I'm wired it for on.
That was low. I couldn't hear that.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. So the school of thought today is always why the one on, hit it for the city. That's my motto. I said that. However, sounding good, run your ampliphone. You're back at me. Everything's gonna sound so much better. That's you ain't straining, so your music in the house is gonna sound better. Your bass. If I let you go out there and hear that truck, we're gonna let you hear tonight. You're gonna have a phone and you're gonna get out the truck. Ain't nobody hear none of this. Because it's starting at 4, probably rising like 6. But inside that cabin, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna swear you look outside. I know the people hear me. No, they don't. They don't.
Nope. Sure did not. People did not hear you at all.
But it's gonna sound so good.
Inside.
It's gonna be like how you like it. How about we run? But you know what? It ain't gonna be like that. Do you know why? Because you got them 2500, and you run your 1506s. They're 4 on.
And they sound good outside.
Okay. They do?
Yeah.
You sure can? You hear them a little bit. I think you want to.
I don't have them up loud, but if I turn it up loud, you can hear it. It's loud. Loud enough for me. How about that?
Big State Bullets. Got them pits, huh? I think I met you. I think I got to make a block to build this weekend. So do. Yeah, I got you. I wish you sent most of your messages on my message thread. Don't send it to my messenger. I ain't really no social media guy. Only reason I'm getting on social media right now is dog Jacob Fuller for the fraud he is. I don't know how to get up there. Other than that, I don't really check messages that much. I see some people, that's all they deal with. Oh, here's a question. But yeah, I got it, Benson. What up, MB? If you have speakers the same size with different boxes, tuned to different frequencies. That's some real hood boogie shit right there. Don't do that. Don't. If you have speakers the same size, so you got two, let's say you got 312, and different boxes tuned to different frequencies, I ain't recommending nothing on that. Don't do that. I know you think you're coming up with something. That ain't gonna work. You don't get cancelizations. That ain't gonna work. You're going to get cancelizations. Ain't nobody gonna hear nothing you doing outside the video. Do not do that. Yeah, man. I don't know, Mike. I don't know, Michael. I don't know. I'm put up at the barbershop, Mr. Hills, in the phone. Probably tomorrow or Monday. You're gonna trip. Not Monday. I take Monday out though. Barbers always closed on Sunday and Monday. Barbers. Yeah. Because they don't get no weekend. People got to work Monday through Friday to get their hair cut on Saturday. But crazy than being on Friday, dude's gonna get their, you know. When I had hair, I was trying to look good for you with my hair cut on Friday. Let me see my bun, my boo. Y'all know what to do. I had a dream. I dreamed I took my surround on the rampage. Ooh, Lord. I wouldn't have dreamed. That was they call a nightmare. I wouldn't have dreamed. Premonition. MB, I have a theory. I like to hear this. AD come up with some crazy stuff. MB, I have a theory. I feel like with the seat down, it acts as the extension of the port and just plays deep. Reverb. The port is reverb. I feel like it sounds good with the seat up, but it did with the seat down there 150. Reverb, you give them the bass something to bounce off of. MB, who has the best bass restoration unit? My stock head unit radio. The DD-BSI or the Wave Tech bass restore. They're the best. Either one of them, you can't go wrong. I used to be an Epicenter guy, not anymore. What subs can I fit in 2018 F-150 no seat lift? Ooh. Pro Audio 8s, DB Drive G1. You look at some. You look at none of the Super 8s, none of the Kings, except for Euphoria Audio. The Ram, the B2 Audio Rage 8, DC M38, DD 508. The ones I offer, and that's it. DB Drive G1 and G2 and a G2R from DB Drive. Several. They're great. They're very great. I think they're very great. I'm not gonna run one, but they're great. My truck means more to me than my cardio. I'm not gonna take a chance of anything happening. But they are great. I know you're gonna give it the truth, good or bad. That's why I'm here. Try not to. You fighting, huh? You know. So you done heard it. You done heard your system beat. So you didn't try your system before based on what I said earlier, right? And it's hard, ain't it? Cause now I done did this. I want to hear the solos at phone. That's what I just did on this 5K. It's 1900 watts. The phone. Maybe I'm getting 1,000 watts to them. But boy, they ain't missing that one note. You hear me? Everything sounds so much different. MB said he ain't loud. You ain't loud. Me neither. I ain't loud either. MB, will you put 4 solo in your truck? If so much power, would you want it? No, hell no, I ain't gonna put no 4 solo in my truck. I ain't into it like that. I ain't loud for real. I ain't. Y'all like tearing up y'all vehicles. I ain't in that shit. Tell you I ain't no busy. I like to enjoy music. I really like listening to songs. I like I know the big. It's I watch everybody. You ain't enjoying the music and tires and stuff floating around, floating tires. That it's all about the effects. It ain't about the music. Ain't nobody listening to the song. They just sitting there watching you tear your truck up. I ain't that channel. So no, I'll never put 4 solo X's. I put 4 Q classes in my truck, took them out. Because I'm never gonna ride around playing that loud. I ain't gonna do it. I'm finna buy me a F450 here. Best believe I ain't finna. I'm finna pay over $100,000 for a truck. You think I'm gonna tear it up? No. The window don't work on this one. Sunroof, gone. Don't work. Stopped working 2 years ago. DD did that. Now I'm trying to stop that. So no. But if somebody did, what power would I? From my experience with the solo, get you a good 6K. Get you a good 6K. Try to send them 1,200 watts each. Or get you maybe 8K. It don't make sense. DC makes 7.5. Putting a War 3600 to a pair is nothing. I'm getting to think now that I think Kicker make these subwoofers so powerful. They sound good on low power, like how I'm playing the low power now. It's amazing. But I'm gonna throw this out there, and it's probably crazy. Get you a D1 set. Get you 4 D1. Put a Warhorse on each one and 2 on. Rock the world. That's what I would do. What? Mm-hmm. That's 16,000 watts. Mm-hmm. That's how strong and confident I am of the Solo X and that performance. Build the cool and build the take power and get loud and the sound quality, everything. I would get, or if that's too expensive, I get a 1650. Yeah, that's what I would do. That's more believable, ain't it? Yeah. It's still 6,000 watts. I get a 1650. Get a DD-ZBL link so I can send the source signal to one ZBL link, and I put a 1650. For competition, I put a 36. I put a Warhorse on each one. For daily listening, I put a 1650 on each one. So I get a D2 wired down. So I'll go in the sound quality, I give me a D1 wired up. Shoot, really sound good. Put the kicker sub at 4 ohms. Oh my God. 24 minutes. I love 8-inch souls, man. God, I love these. Thank you, Lord. Or budget bill, kind of entry level bounce. Put a kicker 850 on each one. It went on. You don't get 1,000 watts. Might get about 800 watts actually make your drive the sound from now. This is a bad 8, and it fits on the seat of the truck. The Solo X8 is the boy. He got Josh thinking that Mini Z got to come. That 8 is bad, man. That's all I'm saying, you, man. That is a bad 8. I wouldn't be surprised to start seeing a lot of people put them in sound quality setups. What I just heard, crazy. Okay, answer this question about the Q class. I don't know if I was doing all that, MB. I just went with my local shop recommendation and was listed on the website, the Omega, Skycar, and Upfile. I didn't think they were made anymore. Oh, well, I don't know. I don't buy big bills. I just know my boy Louis, he had his Omega 18s built for him. I remember that. We was waiting on 4 months before this channel. You think about this channel. He was talking on the phone. I think I was building the backyard. And we was talking about that Omega 15. He had a custom built too, spiders and all them jokes. He think 120 pounds a piece. They're huge. They're huge. But what they do, they do. You like my QSB? Thank you, brother. I was trying to help. I got some more coming. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. Stuff you doing over there, boy. What's good? You don't need the attention. Run your message phone. I just told you to set. Run the phone on NAM, DDM 2500. Run that message phone and get back at me. I promise you're gonna say, man, it's hitting me. I don't care if nobody hit it. This thing like it's just yes, Lord. It's crazy. So are you running the phone and you got D2 on? It's like a weighted blanket. But I get out, I can walk 50 places and no slam. Yeah, I'm really trying to understand that now. I know it has something to do with power and rise. As you go down, you get louder. You think you like the bass till you go up and you hear the bass. That's what I'm saying here. You think you like the bass because you automatically by default set you wire down. But if you wire in series and parallel back to phone and run your app at phone, I think most of y'all wouldn't even want to catch it because I just want something sound real good when I commute home from work. So I don't even want to bother nobody. But inside that cap, they're gonna rock. I need to go all the way up though. I believe I believe it'll do a 1. If it do a 135, it's gonna stay there. Because that's all you need. But I have been playing with my Prodigy Audios, taking them through their paces. And they great drivers. They really sound quality drivers on steroids. So they sound better than the MB2s. But I don't think they're going to be able to get a King time. That doesn't mean they're any good driver. Great driver. Sounds very good. Particularly playing at one on. Wonder how they would have sounded if I'd have wired them up to phone. I mean, that would have been something. Hey, y'all got to hear that phone sound. Okay. Depending on the year, I say 10s. I say 10. Sound quality and easy on electrical. Wise motor kicker amps, rated 2 ohm, sound quality and easy on the electrical. They're gonna tell you it's not true, but the big boys do all the time. Kicker been doing it. If it ain't true, why Steve Meade run his system for him? What he do? He put a 2500 on each core. He put a 2500 on each core. Their phone. Why? For the control. People who really all that power just running phone. If you ever heard it and you got money to spend, that's what Fred for to do. He got 8K. He to put his 8K phone on the XL. He probably gonna go back. He probably gonna blow your mind. And if you get to 135, 138, you can be like, man, I don't care if nobody is knowing that. I can always wire down and get you gonna know it. But what you gonna hear you're gonna listen to every song again. What you gonna hear gonna blow your mind. I don't care what kind of music you listen to. You always want 8 on phones. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Believe me. Come on, man. Louis, you cheat, man. That 5 Omega 15 is 9,000 watts a piece, and you got 3. Shut, but then why is the older model loudspeaker data? That ain't good product. It's a good product, but He ain't got no 15. I think he got 18. I don't think he got 15. I think he got 18. Oh, T. Brew did it. The sound is so much cleaner and balanced. Now I'm at 2 ohms debating on going and then debating on going back to 4 because it sounds so good. And if the system's for you and you ain't competing, you say, "Oh, if I'm competing, I go to a show, I put it 2 ohms." But for me, listening, plenty loud enough. I don't care if everybody ain't hearing it. And I kind of like the fact that I ain't disturbing nobody. This my truck just riding, and inside there, impeccable sound. Impeccable. Yeah, man. I got you. I'm trying to get these people questions. Y'all just see that what got Jacob with show reading all the good things. I want to help people out, man. This is StreamYard. All things the same current amp, box, and cubes. How does the 25OG compare to the Kicker Solo X? All things the same, current amp and box. It's far easier for the Solo to command than the lows, even though he's giving up corner here to the 25OG. Why? Because he has 4 more millimeters extra. So all things being considered, that's it. It's easy for him to replicate the lows, so the lows kind of hanging there a little bit longer. Because he got that X-Max. Same thing's going to happen with the Z8. The Z8 is going to trump everybody in lows. Trump all of them. Just ain't going to fit on the seat of the truck without a 3.5 inch seat lift. He's going to trump everybody. He got 30 millimeters X-Max. What he's not going to trump them on is balance. The Kicker 24 millimeter X-Max does not have a mega roll surround. The 25.8 does not have a mega roll surround. Neither does the G7. So they're more balanced in their output. But on the lows, yeah, he gonna kill him. What's up? Who that is? Who that is? Open the door. Oh, it's you? You all right? Yeah, I'm good for the end. Power foam is why we're getting the LX3 over the DD5. Yeah, the 5 makes more dynamic. That DD doesn't make more dynamic. But when you go to foam, you just really just listening. It just sounds good. It just sounds so good. That's why they sound so good. So I can always wire for a demo and let everybody hear me. But riding around listening to the phones, somebody came out with a switch. I need to find that switch you can put on the box where you can actually turn, you can wire your subs up and you can actually turn the switch on your box to where you want it to be. I need to buy that switch and have that installed on my box. I wonder if Steve Nee got something like that. I bet he do. Where I could just switch the. I bet he do. I bet you Steve. I'm gonna look at that. I bet you Steve got something he can do that. Anybody here know? I'm gonna go look tonight. I guarantee Steve got something I can do. I can wire both coils to the terminal and then be able to switch. But I got 2 terminals. Either way it go, I gotta make that jump. I do it now, but I gotta keep lifting that stick. Trying to figure out how I can do that. Wire it up and then wire it and see. I bet you Steve gotta have something. I bet he got something. Oh man, I got plenty of lights. I'm good, homie. I just want people. I never, you never see a video where I tell people to like, subscribe, and share. The reason why is I feel like if you like it, I ain't gotta tell you. I watch everybody else's channel, and they always do that. Please like, subscribe. I can't say it. Like, subscribe. I'm gonna mess it up because saying two S words back to back is why they call me Momo Mouth. Because like I had to say two words start with M back to back, call me a problem. And I can't say an electrical word with a city at the end of it. I just like, okay, make fun of me for that. I think it's my southern drawl dialect. I don't know. Maybe I can't talk. Who cares? What I was going to say? You never hear me ask people to subscribe, like, or share. Notice I put the L word in between them two. Good. Because I feel like if that's what you like, and I'm giving you information that you can use, you will do that. I ain't gotta tell you to do that. I think the people that say that, they saying it for their own, because the people gonna do if they want to. They won't keep up, they're gonna subscribe. And I'll be watching you for a while to see maybe they cup of tea. I kind of, I'm a quiet taste. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a quiet taste because I'm so brutally honest. So people like the truth, some people don't. But I am brutally honest. This is not for sure. I'm more Republican in my leanings, meaning that I will tell you in a minute, FAFO. It don't make no difference to me. Gonna do what I'm gonna do. If it offends you, oh well. I don't live my life worrying about offending people that much. Especially if I'm not trying to hurt you, ain't taking nothing from you. If you get offended, I can live with it. I can live with you being offended. I can't live with me hurting you or taking something from you, but I can live with you being offended and don't like me. I'm sorry. Hey, man, I can live with that. Good with that. Get in line. It's a bunch of them. Like 53 years old. Well, I got so many people in that line over there. People I've offended and hurt. And Jacob is running all of them. Jacob is a ringleader. Hey, what's up? I know you in the feed. Or you gonna watch it later to make sure I ain't said that. That you gonna make it. You need to stop making me need and start making boxes. Been one full week. We ain't seen 151 18 hertz yet. Two things gonna happen. Unfortunately, he gonna sell a boatload of them subwoofers because people gonna want to get in his good graces and prove me wrong. 2-3 months from now, they're gonna realize it's not possible, and they're gonna be mad they spent $1,400. Then they're gonna turn around and get mad at Jacob. They say he did not lie. This is true. But at that point, that $1,400 subwoofer that you got, you will not be able to get $700 for it because while you was trying to do 151 dB at 18 hertz, you totally demolished the suspension system of that thing. It's not even it can't do that pressure. So now you can't even get half price for it. I think people are gonna take it and they're gonna put baskets. One of these audio companies is gonna take the motor. People gonna want that motor, so covered it. I'm gonna see what's gonna happen, especially with them guys be Frankenstein and stuff, make stuff better. They say they can make Jacob stuff better too. So some people gonna take that motor and do some amazing things with it, but it still ain't gonna fit up on the truck. that's gonna be the problem. That's still gonna be the problem. Spark Innovation, you think they might make that switch? I'm looking at that. That'd be nice to see. It's Spark Innovation. Yeah, they do stuff like that. That's who got that bass brass sub, don't everybody want me. Man, what you think about it? I don't run that side sub, so why would I have any thoughts on it? He's safe for me. He said Jacob designed it. That's all I know. He's safe for me. I have no thought. I have no opinion on it. Some people say, well, it kind of look like this, kind of look like this. I see that influence on it, but it's a lot of influences. I mean, the Z8 influenced by Orion, and Nimbus Audio is influenced by Orion. Everybody influences each other. They all watch each other. So you're gonna look at one sub and see somebody else influence, but you got to go back to the top two and you see who's the originator. Kicker's always the originator. He ain't influenced by nothing. His subwoofer don't look like nobody else subwoofer. He ain't influenced with battery designs, motor designs, top plate, cooling, everything. Kicker always doing something different. Then DD, same thing. if you got a DD 2508 and you got the iron claw spotter, you got the 2508G, you're gonna have substantial break-in time. The iron claw spotter, you're not even moving far enough, like the 12 or the 15 or the 10 would do. So the downside is it's gonna get low, but it's gonna keep getting lower and lower and lower. Where everybody else is reaching their life, depending on how much you abuse it, it's gonna take you forever to do that with iron claw spotter with 80, with 2508, that 2508G. No matter what you do, you ain't gonna be able to move that far. It's not moving that far. So it's gonna be a while for it to break it in. Just stay with it. I probably gonna keep getting louder and louder and louder. Yep. That magnetic terminal is the easy way to switch the wiring around. Do you think that once the DD Mini Z is released, it'll be the number 1 8 on the market? There's no such thing as number 1 8 on the market. All about performance levels, Ted. Unlike Jacob Fuller, I'm gonna tell you the truth. There's no such thing as the best 8. Don't exist. As much as I say the 2508 Solo X and the G7 Fell See the truck, and they're my 3 favorite Super 8s. In some places, they can't fit because of the depth. There's also some places, some people that can't afford them. So the price point ain't where it needs to be. It's also, all of them are dependent on one thing, and that's where I come in the picture. Box. And there's no perfect world, perfect scenario. All depends on who builds your box. Then your vehicle, your application. You could take it takes 2 Solo X's inside my vehicle to attain 142 dB. Maybe 143, but 142.66 that we know at 33 hertz with no BSI. Alex Harris inside his mid-size sedan. His cabin is smaller than mine. He could do 140, slightly smaller, not infinitely smaller. Just maybe, might be the same size. My truck is wider from left to right. His is more compact, right? So my truck, I'm not really actually cabin-wise from front and back. I think his cabin is longer than mine. He got a cargo area. I got a back seat too, but he got the cargo area. My truck is wider. You can't sit inside my truck and put your hand on the. I can sit in his car and put my hand on, just lean over, touch the driver's door and keep my hand on this door. You can't do that in my truck. I just sat in the back seat of my truck and I'm 6'3". And if I lean both my arms out, I'm not touching the doors yet. I gotta move just a little bit to touch both doors. He doing a 142 at 1. Then there's a guy named John Pelly. He's doing a 144 or 145 with 2. Same number I got. So it all depends on the box and the application. For those reasons, Terry, there's no such thing as number 1 8 on the market. I know this is American. That's what y'all looking for. Ford always say they built Ford tough. They got the number 1 selling. They can prove that. Number 1 selling. They give it a JD Powell Advanced Awards, initial quality, and all that there. But they say they're America's truck, but Chevy say they're America's trucks too. So there's Dodge. I'm just using trucks as an example. There's no such thing as never going to be number 1, the best. Nobody else. Run people to tell you that. Run people to tell you the best. Run people to tell you they're the GOAT. Because it can't be. Because you're stuck in time. You got a start date, you got to end date. It's all about performance levels. That's all you need to look at. Performance levels and what's going to fit your application. Don't be, and another way to say this, don't be a fanboy. I ain't a fanboy. I ain't on Team's Kicker, Team DD, Team B2, Team DCR. I ain't on none of them teams. Team G7. They all on my team. That's how I look at it. They're all on my team. I'm giving y'all the truth, unadulterated. Ain't bought by nobody. Now that these mean he ain't gonna be number one. He come to battle this Titan. When he first came out, there was nobody in this league. Joshua couldn't sell him. Now somebody in this league. Joshua words. Finally, an 8 worth killing. No, he don't use the word killing. I'm putting the word killing. Finally, competition for the mini Z. Yeah, I'll bring it back out. Finally, 30 million next match. Good. That's right. Well, that's less than where I was, but that's where I was at. So it's coming back. Because there's something here now. One of his kids and got a subwoofer company, came back with a subwoofer. Came to know he knew the 8-inch cutout was what he got to do. He knew the XAV4 couldn't be that 25 weight. He would never say that. But he knew he couldn't be. Stretched the arms out there, still ain't messing with that large cone. So he brought out an oversized 8. Good. I told y'all, some of y'all been watching a long time. Y'all know I said, man, I need Jacob to bring out that Z8 so I can get that mini Z. And now I got the mini Z coming. I got the Titan 8. I'm gonna get one of them. I just ain't gonna pay $700. I'm not gonna pay $700. I'm gonna get one just to put my tire over my hands on one. I'm not gonna lie. But you got special order them jokers, man. They ain't no distributor stocking. You know why ain't no distributor stocking? Because they don't fit primarily where they supposed to be fit in. So we're not docking. We're not gonna stock a special stock. You gotta get the drop ship. I ain't saying nothing wrong when I said you made an 8 that ain't. Kick it, make sure they ain't gonna do that. Distributors buying them jokers. Why? If we can drop shooters, they can fit up on the seat of the truck. He's back. Don't make novelty out of it. Any of you upstart manufacturers think about coming your own car, they'll come getting the MB 8 that he can do. Make it fit on the 8 inches. Make it perform. Make it do 30 minutes X max. We got one at 24. We got one at 30. Rest of it 19, 20, 21, stuff like that. Make it perform. Keep it on the 8 inches so it can fit them on the seat of the truck. Keep that motor around 7 inches in diameter. And you fit up on the seat of the truck. Now, those are the parameters. Those are your constraints. Now make it work. I'm just here to review it. But there'll never be no such thing as best. There's no such thing as best, Terry. I hope you ain't a sundown fanatic. But there's no such thing as best. Nobody's best. None. It's competition. Every year they have Super Bowl. You know why? Because there's no such thing as the best. We're always trying your best for the year. You're the best to your next game. They win a Super Bowl, win the first game of the season. You're no longer the best. I hope this starts to sink in y'all head. Thank you, T-Brew. They're gonna have to try their best. They're gonna have to. But I ain't but the ones that's with me, they don't feel threatened. Josh ain't threatened by that Solo X, ain't concerned with it. Probably got one reverse engineer and see how he gonna best it with the 2508G. How to get his up to 24 millimeters X Max. That's what he's gonna do for the G. It ain't gonna change too much. That basket is as deep as it need to be. He can strengthen the arms up if he wanted to. But remember, he's got to fit up on the seat with Johnson. He's gonna get his 24 millimeter X Max, but that ain't what he's gonna use to go after the Z8. Kicker ain't worried about what nobody do. Got Ace performance. It might have different versions, but it's gonna be like that for a considerable while. Thank God we got Kicker to come out with a $400 8. That Kicker has an 8 cost $400. That's the only subs cost more than him is the Solo X10. That 8 costs more than any other subwoofer Kicker got. Can you imagine that? Kicker couldn't believe they did that. We did that for Kicker. And now y'all clamoring for him. They Steve had in the field. I know I never in a million years believe an 8 could be able to sell for that much money. But again, he also told them people in that meeting, MB ain't a dealer. Make him a dealer immediately. I got a call that night. It was like 2 years ago. On 285, I got called at nighttime. They told me the story, then Bill Brown told me the real story. He said, make him a dealer immediately. His word. Make him a dealer immediately. Now he got a $400 8. There's arguably that went straight to the top. And he ain't even released the Q class. And it's coming back. I see people jump out the feed now. They hate to see that. And it's coming back. The Q class can compete with the U. I showed you that. The SA and the X. And he coming back. He coming back. The Q class coming back. And there's something else coming too. So ain't no such thing as the best, man. It's all competition, man. That's what I'm here for, man. Doodle get off the pot. Doodle get off the pot. We ain't promoting no one brand. Stop that. Stop that. We ain't doing that. What we is doing, though, been out, y'all. What we is doing, we is waiting on that 151 dB at 18 hertz with 2 of them Z8s. We looking with that, Jody. Y'all better put the clown face on this. Because in about 3 months, everybody gonna start looking at you funny. Where is it at? Plenty shows. Plenty wood. Plenty sedans in America. We need that. Here's the quandary in, though. If you do it, but you can't be done, then you'll never sell another subwoofer in your company. But that one. It will be the perfect 8. You get an 8, an 8 with 8-inch cone, do 151 dB at 18 hertz. Why would you be out here in a subwoofer? If it could do that at 18, you know how much motor force would be involved? If it could do that at 18, nobody would buy another subwoofer. That would be the perfect subwoofer. That's number reason one why I know it ain't gonna happen. Then number 2 is it's not possible. So if you prove yourself, now look at the worst thing. What that says. What's the worst thing can happen to MB if he come out with an 8 dig if the Z8 does 151 B at 18 hertz? That's looking at reality. Nothing can happen. Hey, I was wrong. Now we got the world's perfect subwoofer. Ain't nobody else gonna be putting no other subwoofers in their video. You can put an 8 in these little small boxes, inverted, and do 151 dB at 18 hertz. All I gotta say is I was wrong. But I indirectly provided the people with the best possible solution for everybody. Except it won't fit up on the seat of a truck. But if you got a Tahoe, car, whatever, shit, who gonna beat this 8 and do 151 dB at 18 hertz? That's the worst case scenario. I had to apologize. Y'all got to sell the product. Y'all still gonna thank me. Yeah, man. Thank you, MB. Thank you, MB. But if he don't, which I know he ain't, then that's when they're gonna start looking at him, man. So they're gonna start taking the bill down. Yeah. Not 25 hertz. If he'd have said 50 at not 25, bro, it ain't gonna do no 25 either, homie. Ain't gonna do no 25 either, man. 8 ain't doing no 151. I'm gonna tell you, in my opinion, 8 ain't doing 151 dB below 40 hertz. I kind of agree with Fred on that. I'm gonna say 40. If you can do it at 40, that's amazing. If you could do that at 151 dB at 40 hertz, that's amazing. Ronnie got that sniper box. 63 hertz, 65 hertz. That's what them 150s be at. They be north of 60. You talking about 40? With that much being brain? No. So ain't gonna be able to do it. So people gonna be looking at them crazy. And what I said is true. I'm gonna leave it alone when I feel like it. But boy, I've been by all them. Y'all been by all them memes, man. They would message me too. People message, man, they clowning you on Facebook. They clowning you on Facebook. I wonder why they ain't clowning Jacob. Why they clowning me? I would everyone actually I said that. Why they clowning me? Why they ain't clowning Jacob now for this? Because he really said something stupid. This is outright stupid. Why ain't nobody clowning him? I know why, but that's what makes me good at what I do. I've always had it hard. Come with the territory. Makes me better. Makes me quicker, stronger, faster. And this time, looks like it make me a little bit more intelligent. Y'all be blessed.